Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I wanted to share some tips that I have found through my experiences with the new core mining and the new update. Hope to provide a little more information that maybe you were not aware of, or provide a little clarity so that you know exactly what you're doing when you're out there core mining. That way you don't feel like you're just out there spinning your wheels or wasting your time. Because as you can see, core mining can be very profitable. This one run was worth 240 million. So I've seen lots and lots of text tutorials and picture tutorials, but very few actual video tutorials that show you exactly what you're looking for, exactly what to do. So first things first, there's a few things you're going to need to outfit on your ship. You're going to need a detailed surface scanner so that you can scan the rings for hotspots. You're also going to need some cargo racks to store the collector limpets and prospector limpets. The cargo racks are also going to be used to store the ore that you pick up. You'll also need a refinery, a collector limpet controller, and a prospector limpet controller. The prospector limpet is needed to reveal if the asteroid actually has a core. The collector limpets make it a lot easier picking up all the chunks. You're also going to need a pulse wave analyzer so that you can scan the asteroid ring, and that'll actually highlight the asteroids and guide you in the right direction so you know which one to actually put a prospector limpet on. For hardpoints, you're going to need a seismic launcher that's going to launch the charge into the fissures that you find on the asteroid. You'll also need an abrasion blaster to knock off the surface deposits. Once you've outfitted your ship with all of the required components, don't forget to go under the advanced maintenance and pick up limpets. I'd recommend about half your cargo capacity in limpets. It's going to take you a little bit to figure out what exactly you're looking for, so the more you have, the more trial by error you can go through in one run. Void opal hotspots are found in icy rings. You can use a resource like EDDB IO to find icy rings near you, or you can just jump around, which is actually what I did to find this ring, until you find a planet that has icy rings. Super cruise over to it and scan it to see if there's any hotspots. Once you've used your detailed surface scanner to identify a void opal hotspot, I would recommend dropping about 4 or 5 megameters away from the center. That gives you enough room to work your way towards the center, where most people probably have already dropped and used up all the resources there. So you can kind of work your way there and hopefully find more or be more profitable. What's in front of me right now is exactly what you're looking for, where it's really dark, almost black at first, and then it lights up bright yellow. That's how you know the asteroid has a core. To get the asteroids to light up this way, you need to hold down the pulse wave scanner as you're looking around, scanning asteroids. So once you've found an asteroid with a core, scroll through the contacts to see which fissures are low, high, or average. If there's 2 lows, I would suggest targeting those 2 first with a high yield charge. Most of the time, you can get the optimum yield just by using those 2 charges. So you just work your way towards the center of the hotspot, holding down the pulse wave scanner, looking for very bright asteroids. Once you find one that's noticeably brighter than the rest, you should also see that as you get closer, it goes from dark to very bright. At first it lights up really dark, and then it switches to really bright. So I'm about an hour in, got 121 void opals. Sometimes you get lucky and you can see 2 core asteroids right next to each other. Holding down the pulse wave scanner, looking for it to be really dark, and then switch to really bright. That way you can be almost positive that it has a core. And here we have another one, or another example of what you should be looking for. Once you've found an asteroid with a core and figured out which fissures you're going to target, firing your first charge starts a timer. The only way to stop that timer is to target the charge again and cancel it, or to finish the yield, whether it be optimum or under or over yield. Optimum yield yields the most amount of pieces or chunks once the detonation completes. So I've already placed 2 high yield charges and I'm not at the optimum range. Next you want to try to target a high strength fissure, and high or average, and put a low yield charge. That'll bring you up to your optimum. Once you've set all your charges, you don't have to wait until the countdown timer completes. You can go over to your contacts, select the fissure, and click detonate now. Make sure you back away from the asteroid before it detonates, otherwise you're inside the blast radius and could damage your ship. It's worth noting that you'll not always find the mineral you're looking for in that hotspot. Even if it's a void opal hotspot, you still have a chance to find low temperature diamonds or alexandrite, etc. The abrasion blasters come into use once the asteroid's been split apart, or you can target surface deposits that are revealed after it's detonated. No one's perfect, and not all asteroids are the same, so you're going to run into a situation where you exceed your optimum yield, and it's going to require you to go through your contacts panel, select a charge, click disarm charge, and either target a higher strength fissure or adjust the yield of the charge that you placed on the asteroid. For example, on this asteroid, I targeted 2 low strength fissures with high yield, which exceeded the optimum. So I went back and targeted a low strength fissure with a medium yield charge. This left me under the optimum, so then I went to a high strength fissure and put a low strength charge. This put me right into the optimum range. So once you've been out here for a while, you'll start running into slow periods where you can't find any asteroids, or asteroids start to look like they're asteroids with a core. For example, this one from a distance looked like it had a core, but once you get close you can either do a visual inspection and try to find fissures on them, or maybe fire a Prospector Limpet. That's why you bring a bunch of extra Limpets just in case, while you're trying to figure out exactly what you're looking for. Once you've got a full cargo hold, I would recommend heading to inara.cz/goods. From this website, you can scroll down to the minerals section and find whatever is in your cargo hold. In this case, we're looking for void opals and a couple others just to check and see what the best price is. So you'd click on void opals. Once you're on the void opals page, you want to click on the best sell tab and sort by price. As you can see, Massimino Dock is the best price for void opals. It's updated pretty frequently. You're also looking to see if it's got a large landing pad and just general distance. If you have other minerals that you're trying to compare prices to, you can just open up a bunch of different tabs and sort by best price. A lot of times the location to sell the void opals is also very close to the best location to sell the other minerals. In this case, Massimino Dock. You can see that it's also really high on the list for alexandrite and granditerite, meaning it's not really worth it to fly around to a bunch of different stations when their only difference in price is a few hundred or 1,000. The supply and demand is constantly changing, so it's worth checking this website every time before you sell, just to make sure that you are actually selling at the best location, or at least the best closest location. Just a brief recap of the things you're going to need and some general tips for core mining. You're going to need a detailed surface scanner so that you can identify the hotspots, cargo racks, refinery, Prospector Limpet controller, collector Limpet controller, pulse wave scanner to identify hot asteroids, a seismic charge launcher, and abrasion blasters for the surface deposits. Don't forget when you're leaving the station to refill on limpets. I'd recommend about 50% of your cargo capacity. just so that you have plenty of extras. Once you pick the hotspot you're going to, I'd drop 4 to 5 megameters out from the center, work your way towards the center using the pulse wave scanner. You're looking for very bright asteroids. As you get closer, they show dark and then switch back to very bright. When you get in the rhythm of it, you'll kind of recognize what you're looking for. If you've accidentally exceeded the optimum yield, you can go to the charge, select disarm, and then pick a new fissure and go with a lower yield charge. Once you've filled up your cargo hold, you head over to inara.cz/goods and sort by best sell for whatever mineral you're trying to sell is. And that way you can find the best location to sell for the most profit. Throughout this video, I've been using an Anaconda as my mining ship. A more entry-level ship would be the Python, or even more entry-level than that is the Asp Explorer. Those are good options to work your way up. You can make a lot of profit very quickly and work your way up to whatever ship you're trying to build to. As with everything, there's no guarantee that you're going to find void opals or whatever you're looking for in the ring that you're at. There's no way to know if somebody's already been there and mined out the resources. But hopefully this tutorial has taught you a little something about core mining. If you already knew everything, then hopefully it provided a little more clarification with the visuals as to exactly what you're looking for. Good luck out there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing or follow me on Twitch to see when I go live to learn more.